Pleasant out, Pluto.
Pull out my 30, get ready for war. The way I be moving, they think I'm on tour. Beat up the pussy, I'm going hardcore. I stay with a hammer, I'm feeling like Thor. City versus city, I guess we at war. She pretty and fine, we shoot her on porn. She thinking she mine, for me she a whore. I'm never gonna leak her, we never get bored. She swam through the waters like she was falling through a warm dream. I jumped in the shower cause I was tripping off that perky, yo. I've been in the streets, thugging by the age of 13. It's water under the bridge, I don't care if you hurt me, yo. I watch them change, I want them pink rings. They acting strange, I peep, they milking me. Drop the bag for that Cartier meat. Switching tags, then we come on your street. Chase him down like a bitch, he gon' scream. Red bottoms, there's blood on his feet. Fucking cracker, shoot back, saying fuck a pig. Big boss, real nigga, my strike.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Little nigga, bad, bitch, slide, say slap. Pop a perk, fuck a brat. Swerving off in the splat. It's Cody in the back with a big old Mac. Send shots to your back. On my Z spot that. On my Z spot that. On my Z spot that. Pull out my 30, get ready for war. The way I be moving, they think I'm on tour. Beat up the pussy, I'm going hardcore. I stay with a hammer, I'm feeling like Thor. City versus city, I guess we at war. She pretty and fine.
I want to tell you a story about it's like a love story. Kind of hurts.
Go ahead and roll it up and pass it around. Lately there's been a lot of books going down. A lot of soldiers ain't make it through this year. But let's just celebrate that we still here. And whoa, never leave me alone. Tell them how to ask.
My name is Kanye Taylor.
I'll be coming home.
I just want to tell my story. I just want to see if we can figure out what I'm talking about, okay?
I don't care if you hurt me, yo. I watch them change. I want them pink rings. They acting strange. I peep, they milking me. Drop the bag for that Cartier meat. Switching tags, then we come on your street. Chase him down like a bitch, he gon' scream. Red bottoms, there's blood on his feet.
What's going on, All Madden Gaming? This is Team Selection Madden 22. We are live here, twitch.tv/All Madden Gaming CFM. If you are in the building, throw up your AMG emotes. I know it's been quite a while, but Madden 22 is on the horizon. We're going to be starting sometime early in October. This is the September 5th. Phenomenal Team Selection, one of the favorite shows around the league. Let's take a look at the team selection order real quick. I'm joined alongside my co-host Serp. Let me know how it looks and sounds. Let me check. This is gonna be just a second here for station identification.
She pretty and fine, we shoot her on porn. She thinking she mine, for me she a whore. I'm never gonna leak her, we never get bored.
All right, sounds good. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Team selection, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday is tonight, September 5th. I hope you guys are enjoying your great Sunday as we gear up for another week here before Madden 22 officially kicks off here for All Madden Game. If you're interested in joining, put Command Join in the chat. It'll give you some information about the league, also Command Rules, Command AMG. Also, shout out to our Season 4 Super Bowl champion. Actually, that's a trivia in the chat right now. Who is the reigning champion in the All Madden Gaming community right now? Post in the chat if you know it. We're going to take a look at the team selection order. Serp, are you live with us right now?
I'm live. I'm live as it gets.
Here we're going to go. We're going to try to do a little bit of a prediction time here with Serp before we kick this off and hold this off just for a second. So basically, T-Jack's telling me to go Lakers here. Never could be me. We all know where it's going. So first top 10 picks. We'll see how many Serp's going to get right. And then we'll ask the chat. And the closest numbers, the ones that guess the same, or let me see if I can find my pen. Yeah, the ones who get the correct number, we'll do another trivia later in the draft, maybe the bottom 10, and see if Serp can get those right. But we're gonna go the top 10 picks of the drafts. I'm gonna go ahead and write down Serp's prediction. So first we got Bomber coming up. Where do you think he's going?
All right, well, this is going to be interesting because I don't really have anything written down or anything. I mean, I'm just going to be shooting off the hip here from what I think they're going to be going. So right away, I'm thinking Bomber is going Lions. I think you're obviously going to the Lions.
All right, number 2, we got Lip.
Lip is going to go to the Chiefs. Lip will go to the Chiefs.
All right, you got Chiefs with Lip. All right. October,
I don't know. I mean, Ravens, maybe, or Bills. I'll say Ravens.
All right, you got Ravens. All right, who you got 4 with our man?
We have to do Brad. Brad, like nobody cares about Brad anyway. No, okay, all right, Brad. Okay, Brad will go. I think he's gonna go back to the Bucks. No, Falcons. I think it was his. I think it was whichever one had all of the.
Hey, you got your computer using your good mic there?
Yeah, I'm on.
Again.
Oh boy.
That's good?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it switched it to your computer. It just sounds a little raspy there.
No, it should be good.
Hey, let me know how it looks and sounds in the chat. How does Serp? What's the quality on Serp before we dive into this? What's the quality on my mic as well? Let me know how it looks and sounds in the chat. Appreciate you guys checking us out. This is the team selection show. Madden 22. It's going to go about an hour long. Each team going to have about 2 minutes to select. We're going to talk about owner statistics, owners that came into this league, kind of what they did last season in Madden 21, and where we think they're going to be picking when their team card comes up. And then Serp's a lot louder than me. All right, let's go ahead and talk now, Serp.
All right, check.
All right, let me knock him down on Discord real quick. Hold on, guys. I appreciate that, Z. I'm trying to fix that actually as we go because he's been louder than me for a while now. Let me see if I can bring him down. Let's try right here. Go ahead and talk, sir.
Talk.
Just, can you say sentences, sir?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was kind of trying to. All right, so that's where we're at. Is it too low now?
Yeah.
All right, let me know now.
I call Peter my rock, living on stolen.
Yeah, well, if you're trying to get my levels here, somebody tell me what's that college team that Brad always needs to have every single player that went from the college and needs to draft them into his team, regardless of how good they are. What is that?
The Florida
college team. Yeah, the Gators. Yeah. So who's the team with?
Who's low, sir? Am I low or is he low?
When it comes to a man coming at a man, you best to hold your hand right in front of their head. It's out here.
What'd he say?
We really trying to change our world. And if you ain't with it, then go and sell some fur. We got it all in. Everything. All
right, what about now? I put him to 85%. Let me know. Keep talking, sir.
So, well, I mean, that's what I'm looking for. So we'll go. So Florida, you had a Florida Gators. So what team in the NFL right now has the most Gators on it at this point? It's not the Falcons. That's what I'm trying to get at, because I think that's that'll add to the number 4 pick, so that'll be out of the way for number 4, Brad. His pick will be whatever team's got the most Gators on it. I think it's the Falcons.
I dropped the music now. Let me know how it sounds. Is it better now? Does it need to go a little bit lower on the music still? Talk a little bit, sir. Tell us about how many kids you have.
Well, I've got quite a few. Let me tell you. Let's go back. Well, I mean, in order to know that, we've got to go way back in time, right? So let's start in 1997. I think. Let's go back there. I think there was one. No, what's my first one? I don't even know. I got a lot.
All right. Does the music need to go down just a tad bit more? Or are we good?
1997. 1996 is when I went into the Army. So,
all right, let's finish this trivia up here. So Serp has the Lions, Chiefs, Ravens, Falcons, top 4. At 5, you got Draco. Where do you got him going?
Draco, Bears.
All right. Jamie at 6.
Bills.
Okay. What do you got? Reezy at 7.
I don't know, maybe Browns. I'm just kind of going with some of the good.
Browns. Who do you got at 8?
Teams, yeah. JB. God, where will he go? I'll make it quick. Hold on here. Packers, maybe?
All right, so you got Packers going 8 to JB. And then 9, you got Motor going where?
Motor, I mean, I don't think he goes Jets again. I know he kind of wants like a lower team because he's always, I don't think the Texans or anything like that, but maybe, God, he's a toss-up, man. The Jags?
All right, so you got Jags going 9, and then at 10 you got Nemo.
Nemo. I already went with Packers. Let's say Patriots.
All right, Pat. So his top lineups: Lions, Chiefs, Ravens, Falcons, Bears, Bills, Browns, Packers, Jags, Pats. How many is he going to get right in the exact position? Put your numbers in the chat. You got the next minute to do so, and then you're going to go into a final round. And is Reezy in the chat right now? Reezy. See if we got Reezy in this building real quick. Reezy, go ahead and keep that number on the amount of people that got it right. And then those list of names, we'll do something at the very end, and we'll do a giveaway, and we'll give away some stuff. But let's get right into the action. Let's start this thing off right. Hit the horn. We're going to be hearing more horn action and more stuff rolling up in AMG Live this season, especially Madden 22. We're going to have some new overlays, some new looks, some quality content, along with some new horns, some new sounds, a lot of new sounds, some touchdown music. So we're going to be rocking and rolling here in October. All right, so let's start off with the first pick in the AMG season. 5, Madden 22, team selection. First person on the board is going to be Bomber out of New Braunfels, Texas. Detroit Lions is his team on the radar. First in pass plays, so he'll be slinging the ball with Jared Goff. 4th in interceptions per attempt, that's not good. 5th in sacks per opponent drop back, that's pretty good. 29th in yards per carry allowed, that's pretty good as well. So the first pick is going to already be in, guys. You know where this is rocking and rolling. We already know which team is coming up on the board here. And that's going to be the, not Denver Broncos, the Detroit Lions here. 74 overall, you've got TJ Hawkinson, Frank Ragnow. TJ Hawkinson's going to be one of the main players on this team, younger guy. Frank Ragnow as well. Also the rookie, Sewell. Michael Brockers was a big addition. Trey Flowers. You also have the young corner from last year, Okuda. And that's pretty much where the rainbow ends on this team. But yeah, it's going to be Detroit Lions going number 1 overall here in the Madden 22 team selection. So, Serp, you got that one right. What do you think about Bomber, myself, third person here, going Detroit Lions?
I mean, I think it's one of those ones where, you know, the team is obviously a bit lower. I mean, 79 overall, I think 75 offense, 74 defense. So, I mean, you know, you're not going into a rock solid, you know, championship winning franchise or whatever. But, you know, I mean, if it's your team and it's your city and it's
shout out to Lit, Mr. Single Kidney.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I mean,
this
I
is a
think
homer pick.
the
Yeah,
passion that's involved with it can actually take it, you know, a little bit more than if you pick something that you didn't like just for the overall. So I like the pick.
Yeah, we'll get our updated list here on the board right now. As you see it on the screen, there's Bomber, Detroit Lions. That'll be updated as we continue to plug along here on the show. Let's go to our second pick of the night. That's going to be our main man. They call him Lip Ripper. He's going to be number 2. He is the commissioner here in All Madden Gaming. Does a lot for the league. Shout out to him. Constant day-to-day interaction with the team, with the league. With the league, with the admins. Has a hand in nearly every single pot. Also in that as well. Altoona, PA, I've heard it too much. Madden 21 team was the Pittsburgh Steelers, went home. Teams on the radar this week: Kansas City Chiefs, Pittsburgh Steelers, Green Bay Packers. Serp's got him going KC Chiefs. Serp, why'd you choose the Chiefs? This is a guy that was 3rd in yards per play. That's very good. 4th in yards per carry. That's very good. Needs some help on the defensive side of the ball. Did we lose volume? I don't have any frames dropped or nothing right now, guys, so everything should be good. Yeah, everything should be solid, man. If you're dropping, I'm not seeing any drops on my end. But yeah, so Lip is Chiefs. We got the Packers. We got the Steelers. Out of those 3 teams, you chose the Chiefs. That was your prediction there, Serp. A lot of people kind of banking on you to get a couple of these right and fall apart. I see Z-Star pick 2. You're going to get right. Jordan picked 4. Breezy picked 3. Peyton 3. So 3s and 4s. And Slamfist had you at 8 right. So we haven't seen, and Dark Brawler went with 10. He's just being crazy right now. We got another guy at 4. So there's a lot of positivity going on here, thinking you're going to bank around 40-50%. So this is a must win for you right now.
I'm 100% right now.
Yeah, currently, yes.
Currently.
All right, so what are we doing here?
Well, I mean, I know Lip is a Steelers fan, you know. I mean, I think he's the Steelers as his regular team, but I mean, I just had seen some stuff in chat mention that, you know, he may be trying to go someplace else. And where else would there be really to go? I mean, the Chiefs are one of the better teams in the franchise. So, I mean, if you're going to switch it up and you want to switch up to something a little bit more, you know, I guess, a little bit level above even the Steelers. You know, why would you go down? So I figured he'd go up, and then there was some buzz in the chat about it overtime too. So that's why I picked the Chiefs.
Now you see all this offensive stuff: 30 yards per carry, 4th yards. I mean, this is all great stuff. This is stuff you're going to get from this. Excuse me. Oh man, sorry, the hospital's got me off. Oh, still off there. So you look at this and you see the Kansas City Chiefs can perform at a high level here and give you, 1, 2, 3, all of these right here. Steelers, not so much. Green Bay Packers can give you that, and they got a little bit of defense over there, but they do have an aging quarterback. I think he does go Steelers. Serp said Steelers. Let's see where Lip Ripper decides to rip his lips here, if you will, here in AMG Madden 22 team selection show here on our Madden game. Now we got the pick is in. Not too many, we got to change this music. I don't know what's going on. Not too many surprises here. It's Kansas City Chiefs. That's where Lip Ripper's going. 90 overall, excuse me. That was a 74 overall Detroit Lions team, right? Second pick, Kansas City Chiefs, 90 overall. Home field advantage, home of the Chiefs. Top players, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill. The list... Yeah, my hands are bad right now. I'm just having a hard time understanding. The list is going to be updated as we go. We'll check it out in just a second. But Kansas City Chiefs, 90 overall, second pick in the Madden 22 team selection draft. Could he have done anything wrong there with this pick?
Absolutely not. I mean, he's going from the Steelers, which are great. I mean, defensively, you got Fitzpatrick, you got Cameron Hayward, you got TJ Watt. I mean, the Steelers' defense is amazing, but I mean, they have nothing on offense. And now you're going to a team with a pretty decent defense and a powerhouse of an offense. So if you've seen his statistics before the pick screen, and we're looking at his statistics on that earlier screen,
yeah.
I mean, multiply those by 1.35 at least, you know what I mean, for the upcoming first season here of Madden 22.
And we talked about it earlier. What is Lip doing well in? What was he doing well in the last cycle, Madden 21, with the Steelers, who didn't have a ton of offensive talent? I know he traded a defense for an offense, but he showed what he can do with a highly talented offense. Now up that just a little bit because they're going to have Patrick Mahomes under center, Travis Kelce 99, ton of speed, ton of options, and a ton of dynamic gameplay is going to be coming offensively from this Kansas City Chiefs. I expect them to mix it up and make it happen. Let's take a look at our updated list here in just one moment. We got the Kansas City Chiefs filling out. So an NFC team and an AFC team on the board already. Lions, Chiefs, October. You have him going the Ravens right now. That was your pick. You're currently 2 for 2 in Serp's top 10 picks. Those who get the number correct that he selected in the top 10 are going to win a prize. If there's a multiple tie, we're going to have a tie runoff towards the end of the stream. As we're going to have the pick for the number 3 pick, October, coming up here in just a second. So get excited for that. As let's pull up October's player card on the screen right now. Excuse me, that's Lip. Here we go. Parts unknown. He's from Port Arthur, Texas. Philadelphia Eagles was his Madden 21 team. Teams on the radar: Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots, and Philadelphia Eagles. If you see one reoccurring theme with this, if these are teams that have a young quarterback that can move around, maybe not Mac Jones as much, but still a young developing quarterback. In 2 of those 3 teams, you got a mobile quarterback. Here's his PFF notes. Shout out to Motor for these. 7th in passing yards allowed per game, 227. 13th in yards per play allowed. Tied for 30th in sacks allowed per drop back. So, this is a guy that needs to get some pressure. This is an owner that needs to find a team that can get pressure at the quarterback, and he was 31st in turnovers per play. I think he's going Buffalo Bills. You got him at the Ravens. Ravens aren't even on this list. What do you think now, Serp, looking at this list? You think it's Bills?
Well, I mean, your Bills are amazing. Yeah, I mean, out of these 3, absolutely. I mean, the Bills are, if you want to play with an offense, you know what I mean, and have some young talent throughout the whole entire franchise, and you're tired, and your pass yards and your rush yards are a little bit, lower than everybody else. Your offense in general is a bit lower. Man, go for the gold. Get a team that you can sling the ball with and run around.
Here's a little teaser, guys. It's not the Bills. It's not the Patriots, and it's not the Eagles. We'll let some guesses come in the chat. We'll kind of hype it up that way. This is our first big swing of the night, and we're gonna drop back. Let me see if I can take this off here. Team selection, Madden 22. If you're interested in joining, put command join in the chat. But this is going to be. We saw them on the screen earlier accidentally. 82 overall. Denver Broncos are going to be going number 3.
What?
to October here. 82 overall. You talk about Von Miller off the edge, Justin Simmons, Kyle Fuller. This is a defensive build team with a they have a young roster, and they have some great developing players. This is a young team that can come in and establish their defense is what you expect to happen here with Denver. They're going to establish that defense and get that run and gun game going. Offensively, they can sling the ball, and they got some big playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. What do you guys think? The Broncos going number 3 overall. The first little swoop, Serp. You went from 2-2 to 2 of 3 now, as that was a nice little swerve there at number 3 for October.
Well, I'll tell you, man, that was a side swiper. I had no idea that he was going to go Broncos. To tell you the truth, I feel like I've been in a division with October since the beginning of time, since we started. So for not to be in a division with October, I could have swore. I'm going to tell you.
The beginning of his time or yours? Because the beginning of time, when it comes to that could be 1903.
Beginning of mine. But I'm thinking, I'm trying to remember here, and I might be a little bit incorrect, but I'm pretty sure October had made a pact. A blood pact to go into the NFC West along with a few other members, so I'm pretty shocked about this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, here's the updated list right here. You see it on the screen. This is interesting. You got the Lions, the Chiefs, the Broncos off the board. Now we got Brad coming up at number 4. His pick will be in just about a minute here. Let's talk a little bit about Brad and what he's bringing to the table here. He's bringing a lot of nothing as far as style and swag goes. Almost next to nothing, almost some type of a negative, which might turn into a problem. He's Gasaway, West Virginia. I don't even know if that's a real place, but Jamie, shout out to you, Gasaway, obviously a truck driver. Madden 21 team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are on the board right now. Teams on the radar: the Dallas Cowboys, Atlanta Falcons, Oakland Raiders. You have him going Atlanta. Tell us why you selected Atlanta here for Brad.
Well, I just thought I remember from chat that somebody said Atlanta had the most Gators in it. I know he's a Florida Gator fan, and he's got to try to trade. He'll trade for he'll give you 2 first picks for a 70 overall Gator, I think. But I thought Falcons had the most, so that's kind of why I went there.
All right, so you got the Falcons going to Brad here. Brad was 2nd in fumbles recovered, 5th touchdown to interception ratio. That's 2 touchdowns per interception, 6 in sacks per opponent drop back, 28th in yards per carry. What do you think is going to help him continue to improve on the things he was good at, or at least maintain the high level of play? We know this is a champion here in AMG. I believe he's the AMG season 2 champion? Help me out in the chat. You can go to dadleagues.com/AMG if you're interested in joining as well. I think he's an AMG Season 2 Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But, man, you look at this guy, 28th in yards per carry, 4.48. Maybe you want to improve there. Dallas Cowboys would definitely be a team I'd be interested in taking. And I'm going to put this on the board. I'm going to put this on the board as well. It's not the Cowboys. It's not the Falcons. And it's not the Raiders. But it was a team you mentioned earlier. You thought they were going 3, Serp. But the Baltimore Ravens are going to be the choice for Brad in Madden 22. Now, how excited am I about the Baltimore Ravens? Well, this is a solid team. 88 overall. Trust the system. That's the home field advantage. Top players: left tackle Ronnie Staley, cornerback Marlon Humphrey, quarterback / speedster in the backfield Lamar Jackson. I know it says RB, but he can get it done. Number 8, the great. When he gets outside the pocket, he's like a rocket. He makes plays, and I'm telling you what, this is an exciting pick at number 4 to see the Baltimore Ravens off the board.
Yeah, that's I had no idea that he was going to pick the Ravens. I thought the Ravens were going to go with October just because they were such a good team. I mean, we're talking 88 overall out the box, 87 defense. You got Marlon Humphrey, who's locking down one side of the field essentially. Lamar Jackson. I mean, you're running around, you're buying yourself time. I mean, and more time means somebody's getting open. So I think with this team right here, you could probably see a good run for the AFC Championship.
Yeah, and updated here, we got the Lions, the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Ravens off the board. We got Rocco coming up at pick number 5. He'll be submitting his pick in the next minute as well. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Where do you think this pick goes? You had this pick going Chicago Bears. You're sitting at 2 of 4 so far. It's not looking good. When it all falls down here for Serp is happening right now live here on twitch.tv/allmaddengaming. If you're interested in joining, put command join in the chat. You'll have an opportunity to work your way up through the AMG Performance Center. It's going to be a 32-user league as well, and you're going to work your way up and then earn your way to the big leagues that you're watching right now. So let's get right back to it. Let's see who we got coming up. This is going to be at pick number 5. And it's going to be our man Draco. Chicago, Illinois. That's where he's from. He's got his dog in the picture. Chicago Bears are on his radar. Madden 21. He took the Kansas City Chiefs. He won a championship with them. He is a AMG Super Bowl champion. PFF notes, first in turnovers per play. That means defensively, he gets to it. Ravens already off the board, so you can just put an X by that name already. Washington football teams out there. Chicago Bears, 31st in sacks per opponent drop back. That's not good. You want to get a little bit more pressure, and with the Kansas City Chiefs not giving it to you, maybe Khalil Mack and the Chicago Bears will. You chose him to go Chicago. Everybody's thinking Chicago. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's Chicago. I mean, Khalil Mack. You got Khalil Mack. You got Allen Robinson. Eddie Jackson. I mean, if you're looking for pressure and you're 31st in sacks, I mean, Khalil Mack will help you with that number. So, and I think that's his team to begin with. So,
yeah, with the Ravens already off the board, we're going to see what Draco and company goes with, and it's just as everyone predicted. The Chicago Bears are going to be the team of choice here for Draco. I hit the wrong button here. Sorry about that. That's the Bengals. That's the Panthers. The Ravens. I don't think I got the Bears on here, guys.
if you're looking for the top players, I mean, look, I'll tell you. I mean, they're 81 overall team.
There they go. 79 overall team, actually. Incorrect, sir. Bear down is the home field advantage. You got Justin Fields at the quarterback position. Top players. Edge pass rusher, Khalil Mack. Wide receiver, A. Robinson. And then Eddie Jackson. I mean, you have a nice mix there. You got someone that can get off the edge and make plays. Then you got somebody in the secondary, Eddie Action Jackson. You know, he's everywhere you want to be. They call him American Express out there. And A-Rob is always going to be a dominant, top-rated wide receiver in this league because he can run any route tree however you want it, wherever you want it. You'll be able to find him. He's going to take a lot of pressure off that rookie quarterback.
Yeah, and you get another person who has a team that they like, you know, so that's great. I mean, you're always playing with your favorite team or one of your teams that you like. That's always good. And he's in a division with you again, so I mean, it seems like you guys are getting the NFC North seems to be kind of what it was. A couple seasons ago, or maybe a cycle or two ago.
There you go.
And definitely, you know, talking about just the team itself too, right? Like you said, Allen Robinson, you've always got a solid target, especially, you know what I mean, in the red zone, stuff like that. And Khalil Mack, you really can't go wrong just having him come in screaming on a blitz every down.
All right, you're 3 of 5 right now. So far, you've chosen the Lions, Chiefs, Ravens, Falcons, Bears. You've been right on the Lions, Chiefs, and the Bears. You were wrong on the October pick and the Brad pick. Now coming up at number 6, we're going to have J. Pete from the street. Give me the heat. Is he going Tampa Bay? We're going to find out here shortly. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be surprised if you see a difference in Jamie. Vancouver, British Columbia, home of Brian Big Country Reeves for at least a season or two. Madden 21 team was the Los Angeles Chargers. Teams on the radar: Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Baltimore Ravens. PFF notes: first in pace, plays per game 79.3, second in touchdowns allowed per play 5.5%, third in opponent touchdown to interception ratio 0.66, third in opponent pass yards per attempt. So this has been an owner that's been able to bring in a defensive mentality to his team. Any of these teams really needing that guidance, I think Jacksonville will be a phenomenal pick here at number 6 for J. Pete, but I expect the hometown to come cooking for him. Ravens not on the board, so I'm looking Tampa Bay, Jacksonville. You got him going Buffalo. Yeah, you got him going Buffalo Bills. Not even on this. I mean, this is going to be a wild card if he does.
Well, I mean, we've seen some crazier stuff happen earlier. I mean, so
how confident are you in your pick?
Well, I mean, now that I see the Buccaneers up there and they haven't gone, I mean, it kind of makes me a little less on the.
All right, well, let me tell you this: he's not going here. Obviously, not going Ravens. He's not going Jacksonville either. Can Serp's pick hold up? Right now, he's sitting at 3 of 5. We're gonna find out right now if the Buffalo Bills are going to go to J.P from the street. I just don't think so. What do you think, Serp? Confident in your pick or not? Pick is in, and here we go. Hit the horn. At number 6 in the Madden 22 team selection draft, J.P from the street goes Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, the dynamic young duo here with the Buffalo Bills. You're right again. 4 of 6 on the board here for Serp, and he's slicing and dicing. Top player Stephon Diggs, cornerback Tre'Davious White, quarterback Josh Allen. A lot of defense on this team, a lot of young top players, but most importantly, you got that star quarterback, you got that star wide receiver, and you're able to build something here in Buffalo. I like the pick.
Yeah, great pick. I mean, the Bills are probably, one of the top 3 teams in the whole entire league, especially, with the quarterback and Tre'Davious White, Stephon Diggs. I mean, Josh Allen right there is enough. And they've got a pretty decent defense to build with. So, they don't call me Serpstradamus for nothing.
There he goes, Buffalo Bills. You got Reezy on the clock now. So far, Bomber with the Lions, Lip with the Chiefs, October Broncos. Brad, the truck driver, takes the Ravens. Draco takes his hometown Chicago Bears. The champion from Kansas City comes to Chicago trying to bring a championship hopeful mentality from a disappointing Madden 21 Chicago Bears cycle in those 4 seasons we played. And Jamie goes Buffalo Bills. He had a lot of success with the LA Chargers. Excited to see what happens with J.P. He built a phenomenal defense in LA. Maybe a couple mistakes early in the cycle, giving away a quarterback, getting some defense in there. I think with the Buffalo Bills, you got to ride Josh Allen all the way to the end. What do you think, sir?
Absolutely. Josh Allen stays 1,000%. I'm kind of excited to see who ends up taking the Pats to kind of start rounding out that division with Jamie. It's kind of going to be interesting even to see who the opponents are going to be in that division. But yeah, Josh Allen, superstar for sure.
All right, 7th pick on the clock right now. That's Reezy, easy peasy Reezy. PFF notes 3rd in rushing attempts per game, 10th in fumbles per recovered per play, 27th in passing yards per attempt allowed. So this is a guy that really locks down against the pass, but you could run all over those Madden 21 Chicago Bears. 31st in yards per carry allowed. So he's got to find a team that's going to stop the run. I like the Washington football team. I also like the Los Angeles Chargers as well as the San Francisco 49ers. All 3 of them are out there, sir. You chose Green Bay Packers. You chose the Cleveland Browns in this pick. How confident are you in the Cleveland Browns?
I mean, the Browns are in the AFC North, so he'd be going over with Brad. The Browns are an amazing team. I mean, you got Odell Beckham, you got Nick Chubb, you got Myles Garrett. I mean, they're freaking amazing, and they're pretty young too. And the reason I would have picked them here, number 1, is just for the simple fact that they're such a good team. I thought they would go in the top 6 or 7, along with the Bills. So that's what I made him pick here. But
it's not the Chargers, and it's not the Niners, and it's not your Browns. Give it one more heave there, Serp. Another Hail Mary for us. It's a team that's going to be looking to pass the ball this season, that's for sure. So I'm going to give you a pretty good, okay guess on that one. At the 7th pick here in the AMG Madden 22 team selection draft, Freezy is going to select the team that made the most, that wasn't the Buffalo Bills. Let me pull this off. That's sloppy there by the producer.
I got you.
All right, here we go. Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, Red Up, Red C, top players, quarterback Kyler Murray, J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins. You also have Chandler Jones, opposite side, J.J. Watt. A little older on the defensive side of the ball, but in the secondary, you got some stud muffins. You're talking about big hitting, big playmaking, in the box, out the box, Buda Baker, however you want it. You also have the young rookie from last season coming into his sophomore season, Isaiah Simmons. So there's a lot to be thankful for here in Arizona. Also, don't forget the other wide receiver. You know him very well, Christian Kirk, Captain Kirk. He can get it done. So what do you think about these Arizona Cardinals? Obviously, offensive line is going to be an issue, but you're going to be able to get a lot more pass rush here for Reezy.
Oh, yeah, the Cardinals are an amazing team. Buda Baker, J.J. Watt, even Chandler Jones for maybe a season or possibly 2. I mean, you've got a solid defense. Even that other safety that they have, was it Isaiah Simmons? Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Well,
believe it or not, Serp, at 22 years old, you kind of stay where you were in your second year.
Yeah, well, it's a good time for him. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's an amazing defense. The offense is great too. Yeah, the offensive line, but I mean, you can fix that over a season or 2 and be and be a contender for the NFC.
So here we got Lions, Chiefs, Broncos, Ravens, Bears, Bills, Cardinals. Already selected JB, our graphics guy, at number 8. Where do you think he's going to go? Serp said earlier, Green Bay Packers. Right now he's sitting 4 of 7. I don't know if Green Bay was really on the list for our man JB, but we're going to find out right now. At number 8, JB from Anderson, South Carolina. He picked the Carolina Panthers last season. He's been a Carolina diehard. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back Carolina, but he does love himself some Jacksonville rookie quarterback. I don't even want to say the name Trevor Lawrence because he's always scoring. First in a regular season win percentage. This is exactly what Jacksonville needs, and I hope he goes to Jacksonville because I'd like to see finally some success there. We've seen a couple owners run through there, bananas. It just hasn't really worked out. But first in regular season win percentage, you know they're going to get some big dubs there in Florida. Also first in average turnover margin, tied for first in sacks per opponent dropback. Second, I mean, this is some big league stuff right here. This is probably the best we've seen on the screen by far. And I know we haven't got to motor yet, but you look at this guy right here. I mean, he can pretty much go anywhere he wants and do whatever he wants. But you look at these PFF notes so far on our man JB as I just cut through them. Let's see if I can figure this out again. Here we go, down, there we go, across. Getting my skills back as well. All right, that's some of the best I've seen in the business. So let's see what happens here with our man JB, and the pick should be in just a second. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back Carolina. You have him going the Packers at number 8. Which I don't know why you would choose them. I mean, they are a good team.
Well, the Packers are. Yeah, I think that the Packers. I would have hoped that they would have gone, and they seem like a top 10. So I mean, out of the top 10, if they didn't go already, I figured they would go, 9 or 10, 8, 9 or 10.
Shout out to JB, staying true, staying blue. Carolina Panthers are going to be the home for Joel Burton and his Madden 22 AMG team, and that is going to be an absolutely phenomenal pick here for JB. He takes the Carolina Panthers. Why? Because it's rebuild time. He's still got CMC, Brian Burns, Robbie Anderson, still a lot of talent. Didn't expect it, but that's a great pick at number 8. Hometown heaters here for JB.
Yeah, DJ Moore. I mean, you got DJ Moore. That's pretty much all you really need to say about the Panthers. I mean, as far as offensively, and in the defense is great. I mean, Brian Burns. They got Christian McCaffrey. Yep, Robbie Anderson. I mean, you've got a solid team, and especially again if that's one of the ones that he likes, and especially the team that, in real life that you're a fan of, it always makes it 20 times better to play with them. So good for him, good pick.
All right,
he opens
we
up
25% of the picks are in so far. Lions, Chiefs, Broncos, Ravens, Bears, Bills, Cardinals, Panthers, and now we head to that second tier here at number 9. That's going to be Motor. You got Motor going to Jags. They're still out there. So an opportunity for Trevor Lawrence. You're sitting at 4 of 8, Serp. So whoever picked between 4, 5, 6, you got an opportunity to win some AMG merchandise on the cup, maybe even a Scoop podcast merch. I know Serp's loving the new Serp podcast merchandise we have on our AMG merchandise page. You can check it out on our Streamlabs OBS webpage. And here we go. Let's move all the way down to pick number 9. And that's going to be Motor. And we talked about some of the best. The glasses, I give them about a 6 out of 10. Smile, 10 out of 10. Earlobes, perfect. Everything is symmetrical with this guy. You wouldn't think there was a hair out of balance, but let's not forget, he's a cheater. And we all know it. Madden 2021 team, the New York Jets. Here he comes. Teams on the radar. Houston Texans, Detroit Lions. Get out of here, man. You're never going to beat me. Stop it. All right, so that was kind of a troll move at me, I think, just a little bit. So you look at it, man, you got the Lions, you got the Falcons. You got him going the Jags. I like the Jags for him. First in passing touchdowns per attempt, first in net yards per play, first in touchdown to interception ratio, second. So this is the best we've seen. JB, obviously, a close second. But these are some phenomenal stats between these two guys. Out of Dallas, Texas. Motor, where do you think he goes at number 9? I mean, you did say the Jags, but now thinking teams on the radar, you see the Texans and the Falcons.
Well, I mean, between the Jags and the Texans are in the same division. So I think if you're going to pick someone in that division just to, and he wants someone maybe that's going to take a little bit of work because I think he likes to build the team and he's got a good play style. So he's obviously can go a little bit lower of a team and still be effective. So I'm thinking if it was the Jaguars or the Texans, I would still pick the Jaguars. I mean, out of those 3 up there, the Texans, the Lions, and the Falcons, I would take the Texans out
I'm
of
going to
those
tell you
three.
this.
But
It's none of the teams on the board. The pick is in, and I'm excited for it because I've been wanting this, and I'm back. I'm ready like Freddie. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Motor decides to step up and take the Green Bay Packers. Don't sing it, bring it. Go, Pack, go. One of the best home field advantage teams in the game. Top players, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, left tackle, David Bakhtiari, 89 overall. The Cheesehead is now known as Motor. Excitement in Green Bay. They're looking to get back to their winning ways that they had in Madden 21. Just couldn't get over the whole hump and win a championship. This is a one-time Super Bowl champion. I think maybe even a two-time. I'm gonna have to go check it. I'm going to our webpage. I'm tired of misspeaking. Yeah, this is a two-time Super Bowl champion. Season 1, Season 4. Brad won with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Season 2, and Draco won with the Kansas City Chiefs in AMG Season 3. So exciting times here for the Green Bay Packers to come chase the Detroit Lions. It's going to end up that way. I feel it. So shout out to him. We're going to take a look at the updated list here in a second. Motor goes with the 9th pick. He's going to go Mr. Green Bay. As you see it on score, Nemo's up next. I know he was liking the Green Bay Packers. So right now, Serps fell to 4 and 9. Looks like 4 is going to be the winner. Reezy, how many 4s do we got?
That's a solid team. That's going to be a fun division to watch right there. That's going to be...
It ain't happening, JB. I'm back, baby. All right, number 10. Who do we got? We got Nemo coming up. Let's get Nemo on the board real quick. Nemo, home, Cincinnati, Ohio. Madden 21 team was the Denver Broncos. Teams on the radar: Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, Los Angeles Rams. PFF notes: second in rushing touchdowns per game, tied for second in fumbles lost, 6th in yards per carry, tied for 25th in passing yards per attempt allowed. So this is a guy that likes to lock it down against the pass. You got the Chargers, the Bengals, the Browns. I love the Chargers secondary. I think that would be a great fit for him. But let's see where he decides to go. Reezy goes the Cardinals. You got to think maybe Nemo's hopping over there to the NFC West.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go Rams. I think out of anything, either the Niners or Niners, Seahawks, and Rams. I don't know, the Browns. The Browns are a great team. They're still on the board right now. So, if that's one of the ones that were on the radar, I could see him possibly going over to the Browns with Brad. But like you said, if he follows Reezy, then he would have to go to the NFC West.
It looks like that might be the play here for Reezy and company as they're going to head out west. Aaron Donald and company, Los Angeles Rams. That's right, Nemo's taking the LA Rams. 84 overall. Top players, defensive end, Aaron Donald. Cornerback, lock him down, Jalen Ramsey. Robert Woods at the wide receiver position. Matt Stafford at the quarterback position, currently an 84 overall. Watch out for these Rams. Wham, bam, thank you, Rams. That's where Nemo's going at 10. That puts you at 4 and 10 out of the top 10 picks. So whoever gets 4, you're going to move on to that final. If you could post it in the chat, Reezy, who made the final cut here? Who selected Serp to guess 4 of the first 10? We'll have them guess probably the final 5 or maybe even the last 3 and see who can guess that pick as well, or maybe just have you guys guess it. Yeah, the Rams, this is a big time. This is a team with no first-round picks. The first season, AMG Season 5, no first-round pick. AMG Season 6, no first-round pick. So they're going to rely on that talent they have right now, but that's where Nemo's going to go. And we'll take a look at the updated list here in just 1 second on the screen. And that's right, Nemo going Rams. T-Jax, you're on the clock. Shout out to my man T-Jax from Akik, Maryland. Never heard of it. Never heard of him. Never heard of her. Madden 21 team was the Dallas Cowboys. Teams on the radar: Kansas City Chiefs. Well, they're not there anymore. Buffalo Bills. They're not there anymore. Dallas Cowboys. They're still there. He was 30 yards per carry allowed last Madden cycle, 11th in rushing yards per game. So he likes to keep the ball on the ground. This has just got to be a Dallas Cowboys once again, sir. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Cowboy. If that's up on the radar, the Cowboys are his squad from what I understand. So Kansas City, I would have loved to see that. Bills, I would have loved to see that for him there. But I think he goes back to Cowboys then, with those two being gone.
Yeah, let me tell you this right now, guys. All this right here, all these teams, it's not in there. No Cowboys. We're going to the Big Apple, and we're not talking about the New York Giants. So, guys, get ready for it. The New York Jets, Jets, they got a new owner. Jets, Jets. That's right. T-Jax is headed to the AFC least. and he's going to be a part of the New York Jets organization. They're going to probably have the number 1 pick in free agency, and the Jets now have themselves an owner at number 11. Kind of a high pick. Quinnen Williams, Marcus May, superstar, C.J. Mosley, home field advantage, turf war. What do you think about that pick? A little surprising there, Serp?
Very surprising pick, but I mean, I think it's still a good one. I think it might even be an underrated one because the Jets are such a good team, and they have a lot of young talent and can be. I mean, a season or two and some good draft picks, and you're solid. I mean, you got Marcus May, you got Quinnen Williams, Mekhi Becton. I mean, is an amazing lineman on the outside, giving you some protection. So, and they got a decent defense too. I mean, their offense needs work in a lot of different areas, but I think if they work on getting that offense going, I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at All Madden Gaming, also at Watch AMG TV for upcoming live streams. T-Jax takes the Jets. Number 12 coming up is my man Serp. This guy's erratic. This guy's insane. This guy's crazy. I don't know where he's going to go, but at number 12, I think I have a good idea. That's T-Jax. Here, we get Serp up there. Father of a lot. They wrote a movie about him. Who was in that movie where the guy had 1 million babies? What was it? Oh, man, what's his name? From Wedding Crashers? Someone help me out real quick. Someone will post it in the chat before we move. Serp's got the Niners on his radar. Everybody knows that's where he's going. If he doesn't go Niners, I'll be completely in shock at this point. But this is a guy 6th in yards per play allowed. 10th and tied for 7th, in takeaways per game. So he's getting some takeaways. 30th in turnovers per play. 31st in interceptions thrown per game at 2.6. That's not good, Serp. So you're going to have to control the ball a little bit more. You need some defense, some ground and pound. First in the league on children fathered. And that's not first in the league. That's first in community. And we're talking the entire CFM, including Mud as well. And am I right, Serp? How many beautiful kids you got? If you want to name them off, shout them out here. We got 50 plus watching.
Yeah, Tiana.
Hey,
Markel.
no. We need them in order from best to worst, of course.
Well, then that would be Wilhelmina, Lily, Tiana, Markel, Scarlett, and we'll say Michaela.
And we're sorry, Tiana. You were first listed, but then once we did the order, you got a little shamed right there. Apologize.
Well, the oldest. I just went from the youngest.
All right, so Niners, Chiefs, Browns. What were you looking for in this Serp? You got 2 of them. You got 1 of them. Well, you got 2 of them open. You got the Browns open and the Niners open. We know Niners were your heavy favorite.
Oh yeah, you guys. I mean, I think everybody already knows at this point, man. And I appreciate. I think there's a lot of love that went through the community. I think to get these Niners to drop to number 12, but 1,000% 49ers, and I'm pretty stoked about that because I have not been them in 4 or 5 years that I've been here, or I don't know how long. It's been a very long time, and I haven't been them once yet. But I've been in the NFC West about 1,000 times.
Yeah, this is your stomping ground. Home field advantage, unstable ground, 83 overall. Top players: George Kittle, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. How many of these guys you think are going to be there from the beginning to the end? They usually run 7 to 9 seasons here in AMG. How many of those guys did I just name it? Kittle, Warner, Bosa. If everything goes well, are they Niners at the end of this cycle?
Oh yeah. Well,
Quick fingers there. Serp's going to go ahead and take the San Francisco 49ers. Sorry about that. 83 overall. Kittle, Warner, Bosa. Ton of talent. You also have the young rookie. Tell us about the quarterback a little bit.
Well, I mean, is the speed and athleticism on that guy, man. I mean, if you have to make something out of nothing, I mean, he's one of those caliber guys. So really stoked about him. And I'll tell you the truth. I mean, Garoppolo is really not all that bad. But you can.
And that's a nice thing to say when you're looking to move him, right? Hey man, he's not a bad player.
Solid. He's a solid guy. No, he ain't moving. He's staying. Everybody's staying.
Everybody's. That's the promise he's making to his roster. You remind me of this guy on this recent season of Big Brother. If anybody watched, he promised all these people that they were going to be able to not go on the block, and then after the week 1 twist, he had to put like every single person he put on was someone he promised. So hopefully Serp's not making too many lies there. And number 13 up, my man Spongy, one of the nicest guys in the business here in all Madden gaming. Absolutely love him. Spongy's on the clock. Let's talk a little bit about Spongy here, drafting at number 13 here on the Madden 22 team selection show. Spongy straight out of the Bronx, New York, Buffalo Bills, usually repping AMG, but I'll allow the Nets to slide just once here. 10th in passing yards per game allowed, tied for 13th in sacks per opponent drop back, tied for 30th in turnovers per play. Got to get the turnovers down. Which one of these teams you think will be fitting for a guy like Spongy to kind of find his way? You got the Dolphins, the Bills, the Broncos.
Yeah, well, the Bills and Broncos are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, the Dolphins, I don't know. You know, I don't really see the Dolphins going so early.
I mean, you got the Jets with T-Jacks. You're starting to build a division there. I could see Spongy going with the Miami Dolphins. And plus, you know, he likes the sunshine. He likes Miami. He likes to party. That'd definitely be a nice fit for this New Yorker.
Yeah, I guess the Pats or the Dolphins, if you put it like that, I guess I'd go Dolphins too. But I could see the Pats or the Dolphins, really, then.
Shout out to Spongy. Madden 21 team was the Buffalo Bills. Let's see where he goes here in Madden 22. There's a lot of teams on the board that we didn't expect. He's going to go somewhere not on that list at all. And we're talking a team from Ohio, not Cincinnati either. We're going to go Cleveland. Cleveland Browns, a dog pound, 87 overall. Home field advantage, dog pound, top players, Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, Denzel Ward. Don't forget Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham. Tons of talent. This is a great steal for my man Spongy at 13. What do you guys think about the pick?
That's a good, and then Browns, I'm surprised they fell down that far, man. That's a solid squad. So, I mean, so he's the first one that goes over with Brad and the Ravens in that division. And, I mean, the only thing you got left is the Bengals and the Steelers, which are, you know, the Steelers are kind of meh. And the Bengals, you know, I mean, they're not really much higher than what the Steelers are. So, I mean, he's got a pretty good chance of possibly taking that division. So I like that pick.
That's a nice pick right there. There's the updated right there, almost at the midway point as we approach 16, which would be Slam Fist. My man Bananas is on the board. What a history we've had with Ryan Cypress, and I appreciate him giving me a call earlier in this week as well. As you know, a lot of crazy stuff going on. Wow. Who the hell? What the hell is that? If you wanted to look like a cameraman from the Utah Jazz in 1987, watching Jeff Malone and Karl Malone battle it out against opponents to the likes of Tom Chambers and company, Sam I Am Perkins raining threes for the Seattle Supersonics, you're going to look at this haircut and style and you're going to say, yeah, that guy was definitely the cameraman for the Utah Jazz, traveled the world, traveled the United States, and guess what? He was just as popular with the ladies as the mailman was, you know what I'm saying? But this guy delivers on Sunday. From Stafford, Virginia, Madden 21 team to Baltimore Ravens, you're looking at teams on the radar, Jaguars, Colts, and Giants. My man, Bananas. Second in yards per carry, third in fumbles recovered, always a big hit stick king, third in passing touchdowns per attempt. We're rocking and rolling right now at number 14. Where do you think he's going?
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be any one of those. They're all still left.
It's got to be.
And either one that he takes is going to open up a whole new division. So either one of those he takes, he's going to be starting, as the first team to be picked in that division. So, I mean, yeah, the Jags would be my pick out of those three.
All right, let's see where he goes, man. Because I tell you where he doesn't go. And that's the barbershop. Not frequently and not to the right one. That's for sure. His selection is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval. Home field advantage here for Trevor Lawrence and company. Top players, James Robinson. Don't forget Miles Jack attack in the middle. Shaquille Griffin is going to be the cornerback. You know that kid can ball, but the real excitement is number 16. So at number 14, you get number 16. Banana's got to be excited to get his favorite go-to team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. There's a lot of hype around this team, especially around this quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pick for Bananas. I know he likes to run with the rookie quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, and develop them. I think that's kind of one of his deals. So, yeah, I mean, you could only really match up that picture of number 16 along with that picture of him. I think they mesh really well. So I think that team's going to do good underneath Bananas' management.
Yeah, shout out to picking his home team finally, and we've hit the 14 user mark. We're about to hit number 15. Tout's about to be on the board. Let's take a look at our updated list. Jaguars off the block as well. Tout's coming up. We don't know where he's going to go. It's always been kind of an up and down mark on where Tout's going to go, but he does like to follow October, who drafted the Broncos at number 3. So let's see what we get here from this order. At number 15, we got our man Tout on the board. He's been with the AMG community since he was 13, and he's had that suit, well, ever since TJ Maxx pushed it down from wherever it came from. Where do you think that suit came from?
Probably handed down.
Just straight handed down? I mean, what do you think the brand is on that?
I don't know if
That's
there
like
is.
a Hugo Boss kind of looking.
Yeah, maybe like Pepe or whatever.
You know, we got to see the tie there, Mr. Yucked. First interceptions forced per attempt, tied for third in takeaways per game. And this is a very aggressive defensive player, 26 in sacks per opponent drop back. So he's trying to catch you in the secondary, make the quick throw. He sends the heat, doesn't always get home, but you get rid of the ball quick, and that's where he can create his turnovers. 32nd in yards per carry allowed at 6.7 per attempt. Got to sure that up. He's got the Patriots, the Saints, and the Eagles on his teams on the radar. Where do you see him going? He needs something with the front line, man. He needs some kind of pass rusher just based on these statistics.
I like the Pats. Because he's going with T-Jax and Jamie, and I mean, the Pats are a solid team. The Saints, he's going to be in the division with JB. Like, what are you thinking? And the Eagles would be a good pick too. I mean, if he likes the Eagles, that'd be a good pick. You open up your new division. You've got the Giants. You got the Cowboys and the Giants in with you. I think either Pats or Eagles out of it, but I'll say Pats.
Well, the pick is in, and none of these teams were selected. It's just a lot of teams opening up. So you look at Tout and where he's looking to go. The Eagles, the Saints, the Patriots. I think he just stepped up a notch, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You can look at his PFF stats. That's where he's absolutely struggled at. So let's see if we can find a team for him, and it's going to be one of the teams at the top there, the Washington football team. Unstable grounds, the home field advantage. Overall, 81. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, Kendall Fuller, Jonathan Allen. Don't forget Montez Sweat, one of the best in the business, along with who's that pass rusher they had? Where's my man Flair at? Give us an idea of how good that other guy. Chase Young, I don't know. The guy next to Montez Sweat, another baller. This is a big-time pick for Tao. That's a steal of the draft.
Yeah, that's a great deal. I mean, you got Jonathan Allen, yep. You got Brandon, well, you've got a decent line. Yeah, and Terry McLaurin, right. Yeah, I mean, you start out with a solid defense. And I mean, an offense that you really can't, you maybe want to add a piece or two to it, but you can't really, I mean, it's almost foolproof. So that's a solid team. And now that I look at it, they weren't even kind of on my radar, but I mean, now that I look at them, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm kind of surprised they did drop this far.
Yeah, this is a very talented defense. You just got to put some draft picks into the offense, maybe make a trader there. But, I mean, don't forget, Scary Terry, one of the best sneaky young receivers in this Madden 22 team selection draft. So we're going to take a look at the update. We're going to update it right now here as we got Tout coming up here with the football team. Slamfist is next. He was the Green Bay Packers. Let's go ahead and check him out at number 16. This is the halfway point in the draft. You like what you're seeing? Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at All Madden Gaming. You can also follow us at Watch AMG TV, as well as Serp. Go ahead and plug your gaming channel there.
Oh, Serp Gaming Twitch.
I was plugging something. All right, Biggs, California. That's my man's right there. Slam fist. Green Bay Packers last season dominated the division. PFF knows third in passing yards per attempt, fourth in yards per carry. This guy likes a lot of speed. He likes to be able to get his offense out and running and ahead of the pack, if you will. I think the Los Angeles Chargers might be a nice change of pace for him. You don't have the speed at wide receiver. You got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. I think he could make do. Seventh in yards, but you do get that phenomenal defense that he loves to create turnovers with. As you see, seventh in interceptions thrown per attempt. Wait, that's not that good. That's not defense. 29th in fumbles lost per game. Not much defensive stats. Is a good defensive player. So someone that can control the ball. You got Justin Herbert over there. I'd like to see the Los Angeles Chargers go off the board here. What do you think, sir? Where do you see Slamfist going?
I think that would be a solid pick. I mean, he'd be going with Lip in October. He's going to get Derwin James. He's going to get Joey Bosa. He's going to get Keenan Allen. I mean, if you go to the Chargers, Panthers are already gone, and the Vikings, I don't think anybody wants to really go there right now. So, I mean, it looks like Chargers to me.
Waiting for the pick to come in here just a second. We'll take a little bit longer of a look, waiting on Slamfist to give his official selection here. What do you guys think in the chat? Yeah, this is our current updated list for those wondering right now. We got Lions off the board, Chiefs off the board, Broncos off the board, Ravens, Bears, Bills, Cardinals, Panthers, Packers, Rams, Jets, Niners, Browns, Jaguars, and Washington. And Slam's pick is officially in. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. He's going to go with, it's not going to be who we thought. We talked about the Chargers, but it is going to be in the same division. And that's going to be, wait, let me see if I even got it. It's the Oakland Raiders, guys, but I'm trying to pull it up on the thing. I think I might have.
Wow. Raiders. Well, you got Darren Waller. Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Casey Hayward Jr. I still didn't think that the Raiders were going to go that early. I mean, I guess they're not really that bad. I mean, it's some help on defense, but offensively, I mean, they're kind of solid. And I guess they're pretty young at most of the points, too, so.
Yeah, you get Slamfist going to the Las Vegas Raiders. I had a hard time looking. I was looking at Oakland. So you look at that division, you got Lip going to Kansas City Chiefs, October going to Denver Broncos, and now Slamfist going the Las Vegas Raiders. That means the only team left is Los Angeles Chargers, who some could argue that's the most dangerous team throughout a Madden cycle just because of their youth at in the secondary and their defense being so stout. They have a lot of talent, and I even like the offensive side of the ball. But yeah, the Raiders are now officially off the board. Home field advantage just win. Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, and don't forget the offensive lineman Richie Incognito. Let's take a look at our board here one more time. And we're going to see the Raiders are off the board. We're 50% through on the draft, and Z-Star is up. Hit the horn for Z. All right, here we go. Z-Star, 17th overall pick. MBL legend, ran the grid. Shout out to him. He's going to be helping run the AMG Performance Center as well. And we're going to go ahead and get, I'm sorry, Slamfist is still up there. That's another bad job by the producer. Mistake number like 70 today. But we're going to go ahead and put Z-Star up there from Queens, New York. Another guy from New York. Last team was the Los Angeles Rams. Teams on the radar, Vikings, Chargers, and Giants. Don't be surprised if this is a Los Angeles Charger pick here for Z-Star. You like what he's wearing right there, huh, sir?
That's solid.
What beer festival in the 70s you wear that to, sir?
Yeah, that's solid. That shirt, the suspenders, that's Zeragut.
Let's spell it. First in takeaways per play, first in rushing touchdowns per game, first in sacks per opponent dropback, second in points per game allowed. You know a lot about that. You were on your back a lot during those times with the Los Angeles Rams there in Madden 21, Madden 22. Going to be a new direction for Z-Star, and you're not going to see him go to any of these teams on the board. Guys, this is going to be another one of those left field picks. I like to see it. He travels to this place quite often. You guys are going to know it when I say it there. That's the Miami Dolphins. Z-Star is headed to Miami. He's going to be on the beach chilling, and made in the shade is the home field advantage. Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, and Jason Sanders are the top players there. 79 overall currently. What do you think about this Miami Dolphins pick, which is going to make this AFC East interesting, because you look at the AFC East right now and how it's filling out. You got Jamie with the Bills, and now you have Z-Star with the Dolphins. And that's a nice little 1-2 pairing. And then you have T-Jax with the Jets. This is going to be a very competitive division.
Oh, I think so. And what's even kind of stranger, though, to me is that the Pats are still left. I mean, they might be a bit older and stuff, but it's a pretty solid team. So even if you get someone around that same level in there and you give them the Pats, yeah, it's definitely going to be all around a nice team to watch as far as, yeah, you know, I don't think it's going to be a blowout in that division, which always makes it really fun to watch.
Here's the updated list. We got Gov coming on the block right now. He's going to be up in just 1 minute. Let's go ahead and take a look at Gov's pick. He's going to be drafting at 18th overall. My man Gov from Levittown, Pennsylvania. Madden 21 team was the Cleveland Browns. He got the Eagles on his radar, the Patriots, the Titans. I could see the Eagles going. Right now, you see Cowboys still not selected. Not much going on there in the NFC East. Giants not selected. Eagles not selected. Washington, the only team off the board, and that went to Tout at 15. Let's see where Gov's going to end up going. What do you think? First in sacks allowed per dropback, third in points per game. Do you think he goes with his hometown Philly Eagles here, man? I know he's a diehard Philly fan.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Todd's the only one in there at the Washington football team right now. And I mean, the only other team that I would think if he wanted to be in that same division would be the Cowboys. But if he's an Eagles fan, I mean, I couldn't see him wanting to be the Cowboys. So I would say the Eagles are there. Why not take him up?
Yeah, a couple in the chat says Gov's a pretty handsome looking dude. Yeah, man, that's a good looking guy right there. You got the little green patch right there. Maybe he's telling them something in this picture. We're going to find out here shortly And we got the pick in for Gov here at pick number 18. Gov's going to go with the... You going to be able to guess this one, Serp? Take a wild guess.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. LinkedIn. Lincoln Field, 76 overall. Top players, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Brooks, Jason Kelsey. And you also have to remember at quarterback, they got a little guy people are talking about. I mean, he can move. He can throw the ball well. 84 throw power as far as driving the ball down the field is going to be a little bit of issue, but I like the kid in Philly. He's one of the top prospects for myself. And when I'm looking at quarterbacks, I want to develop throughout the cycle. Tell us a little bit about the Philadelphia Eagles here, sir.
I mean, you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, and like you said, you've got Fletcher Cox. He's like one of my favorite defensive linemen in there. I mean, he's a bit older, from what I understand. I don't know how many seasons he's going to make, but I mean, you're solid right there. You've got a decent offensive line. Your offense needs work, right? So you're going to build your offense, but defensively, I mean, I think you're all right to start off with, and I think Gov being in the division with Taut there, depending on who takes the Cowboys and the Giants, is going to be a good, solid, even division too so far. So it's it's going to be not a blowout or anything. All the divisions are looking kind of where they're going to be interesting all the way around.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is the quarterback I was talking about earlier. I like his mobility. I like his throwing. JB even said in the chat, I'll take Hurts. Hurts going to be a phenomenal Madden 22 quarterback this cycle, believe it or not. At number 19, Jordan, the former New England Patriot owner. Not a super huge talker in the chat, but this guy gets it done. See him repping the AMG with the AMG hat there. Well, Waldorf, Maryland, New England Patriots, Madden 21 team. Teams on the radar, the Cowboys, the Jets, and the Dolphins. Cowboys still out there. He tied for 5th in interceptions, 6th in the average turnover margin. He was tied for 7th in net yards per play at 1.04. Very good. 8th in sacks per opponent dropback. He's just balanced on both sides of the ball. I think Dallas Cowboys are the pick for him.
Yeah, I mean, you got Gov, you got Taut, and then you got the Cowboys, which are a solid team too. I mean, you've got them just sitting there waiting for you in a milder division so far. So I mean, I would 1,000% go with Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm traditionally thinking there, and I'm going to tell you right now, guys. Once again, this is going to be another nobody on the board. All these ideas of where these guys are going, this ain't it. It's not happening with this guy. He's not going the Cowboys. He's not going the Jets. He's not going the Dolphins. Sir, if you got a wild card out there you want to think of where he might be going here?
I guess maybe the Bucs then. I mean, that's the best team there is, and it's still there.
It's not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but you're not close either. It's actually the Indianapolis Colts, 80 overall. Quentin Nelson, DeForest Buckner, Darius Leonard. Don't forget about a phenomenal offensive line here. Hat counts the home field advantage for the Indianapolis Colts, and that's where we got at number 19 for our man Jordan, the former New England Patriot. He's going to stay in the AFC. This was a little bit of an interesting pick here. Let's take a look at the Indianapolis Colts close up here. Post Andrew Luck, haven't been an offensive powerhouse, but this is a team that definitely has an offensive line that is young to build, and they have a defense that you can get excited about.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is nice. The defense is there. I mean, you've got a couple superstar players. I mean, you got some good players on defense, a little bit older again, but, a solid defense that you can really build something with. Offense is going to need some, you're going to have to work with that. You're going to have to put some work in on offense, but there's some pieces there to work around. So I think they're at this point in the when you're at what number are we at, 19 or 20?
19, yeah.
I mean, I think that's a pretty decent pick for that middle tier kind of team. So that's a decent pick, and he goes over there to only the second team out of the AFC South with bananas. So that kind of starts filling up that division.
Yeah, there we go. The Indianapolis Colts are off the board. Still a lot of talented teams. We talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out there as well. The Dallas Cowboys still out there. A lot of talent left. And upcoming, we got our man, Wham Bam. Thank you, Cam. He's on the He's on the board right now, ready to select his team. And this is a guy that gets a lot of flack in the chat, man. This is a user that really goes at people, at least at their heartstrings, coincidentally, on purpose. But I mean, look at that smile right there. He's not only is he asking for it, he's wanting you to bring the heat. His team's on the board: Carolina Panthers, Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks still available out there. Arizona not so much, and JB took his hometown team, Carolina Panthers, in the top 10. I think me and JB have the worst overall, so in the top 10. So we went with our home teams. Bananas went with the home team, Jacksonville. Gub went with the home team, Philadelphia Eagles. As I'll pull that updated sheet back on the board there real quick for you. So a lot of home teams going off the board. Cam, He's sitting in South Carolina, Spartanburg. He's got the smirk of an evil villain. That's maybe the brains behind something. I don't know. We'll have to ask around the chat. I'm sure they'll come up with something. But Cowboys are out there. Bucks are out there. He still has his Seattle Seahawks out there. Well, where do you see this guy going? This is a guy that was 30th in average scoring margin, 34st first in sacks allowed, last in takeaways per play. He just needs something consistent. I'd like to see a little ground and pound.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want some ground and pound, I mean, you could definitely go to Seahawks. I mean, it wouldn't be as much, but I mean, you know, if he's a Reese follower, I mean, he could be going to the NFC West to take the Seahawks to round that out. But, you know, Cardinals are gone, Panthers are gone, so, I mean, if it's anything up there, it's going to be the Seahawks. So,
well, the pick is in.
I would say Seahawks.
And he's not going anywhere we thought. He's going to America's team. That's the Dallas Cowboys. 86 overall, deflective is the home field advantage. Top players, Zach Martin, Amari Cooper, Zeke Elliott. Don't forget about Dak Prescott's big contract. You got a couple young receivers as well. CeeDee Lamb. I like what I see out of the Dallas Cowboys. This is actually a perfect fit for Cam. Shout out to him. Another steal of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, you got an 84 out the box, 87 overall offense. Well, that's what I've got right now. I think I mean, this maybe either before or after the update, but so it might be a few points off. But in any event, I mean, yeah, Ezekiel Elliott right there. Just give him the ball. That's all you got to do is give him the ball, and you're getting 2-3 yards falling forward. So, yeah, I mean,
that's definitely help
solid offense.
Being able to move the chains and continue to keep drives alive when you get in those third and manageables and third and shorts. Let's go ahead and take a look at the updated list right now. Cam going Cowboys, Captain Planet at 21. He's on the clock right now. Let's go, Planet. What you got in store for Captain Planet? We talked about him before we got on the broadcast, because Planet's one of those guys you always want to see where he's going to go, affected by the hurricane a little bit from Ringgold, Louisiana. He's been hit with hurricanes ever so often. Might even name his kids after those hurricanes he's hit with. Just hopefully they're not as devastating in the household as those hurricanes have been. San Francisco 49ers was his team last season. He likes the Saints, obviously. That's his hometown team. We've seen a lot of hometown teams. Does he go to New Orleans?
You know, if I looked on paper and looked at, you know, who I was in a division with, I don't know if I would want to go to New Orleans. But, I mean, if they're there, I mean, the Browns are gone, the Bengals are like, meh. So, I mean, if you're going to take a team that's kind of, meh, you might as well go with the Saints. So, it's either the Saints or the Seahawks.
Saints or the Seahawks. On the board, he's got Saints, Bengals, Browns. Browns obviously gone. So, he is going to go off his board. So, we got to respect Captain Planet for that. Beautiful-looking family, man. Shout out to you, bro. The team that he's going to select, though, is not going to be his hometown New Orleans Saints. Not at all. It's actually going to be the Cincinnati Bengals out of Ohio. He's going to get to play with quarterback Joe Burrow. You got Jesse Bates, free safety, Joe Mixon. Houday is the home field advantage. They're 75 overall. And what do you think about this selection going with Cincinnati at number 21?
Well, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like one of the teams that I would thought it would go last. And then you're in a division with, well, I guess you're in a division with Brad and Spongy, and the only person's left is the Steelers, and the Steelers are, I think, you know, not really all that good either. So, I mean, I just see, you know, the Bucks or the Titans or the Chargers, you know, I see like going first. So, I mean, I guess if this is a team that you like and it's a solid pick for you, then that's a good thing. But I don't know. It seems there's a lot better ones out there than the Bengals at this point still. So, but, you know, if
hey, you got a quarterback for the cycle, that's always something to be excited about if you are Cam right now. Let's take a look at our updated list here on the board. Bengals going at 21. Flair's on the block. I have this feeling about Flair where I think he's going to go somewhere. I feel like the choice for him will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just because of their talented defense. Let's take a little look at our man Harry here just a second at pick number 22. Flair from Altoona, Iowa. Two Altunas here. Not the $1 million smile you'd think of. Weird Gumby kind of neck, ears, you can barely only see the top part of him. Hair grows at a rapid rate. He shaves his 12 o'clock shadow appears every 35 minutes. Teams on the radar. You know, you got the Chargers, the Packers, the Jets. He was first in sacks per opponent dropback. Shocker. Click and stick. He was Mr. Happy Fingers over there. Fifth in opponent passing yards, last in yards per play, last in sacks per attack. But no shade, Flair. Excited to have you here. You are one of my favorites. Where he's going to go, I don't know. His team was a Washington football team. He wanted to go back-to-back to them. He talked about it, and then he told me he changed at the last second. So teams on the radar, Chargers, Packers, Jets. So you look at those teams available right now. I think the Chargers are still out there. Right?
Chargers are there, and I mean that's a solid pick. That's a really, really good team. And you got October Slam and Lip. I mean, solid. It's gonna be a little bit difficult of division with Lip there, and Slam's starting to do a little bit better. So I don't know, but I just don't want them to go Seahawks because nobody wants to deal with that user off the edge. So he's not
going Seahawks. He's going Chargers. Bolt up. That's going to complete that division, I believe. 84 overall. You got Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa, Derwin James. Bolt up is the home team advantage. Los Angeles Chargers are now going to be a part of the Flair franchise concept. A lot of wiggle sticking, if you know what I mean. Los Angeles Chargers. Congratulations to Flair. That's a steal of the draft right there. That's a solid team to draft at 22.
I'm gonna give over under, right? If they're in the 3-4, over under Joey Bosa's sacks for the first season, 30.
I'll take the under.
Okay, all right, okay.
But I would take the over on kids per season per capita with Serp at 1,000.
Oh, you're good to go then.
Yeah, here we go. There you see the Chargers are off the board. Under Oath is up. Shout out to Under Oath, 23rd pick in the AMG Madden 22 team selection draft. Let's see what we got going on here at 23 with our good fella Under Oath. Does a lot of work for the league. Atlanta, Georgia. He's a Hawks fan. Trey Young in the building. Shout out to him. Let's see where he goes. Jets, Texans, and Falcons were his choice. Falcons are still out there, so you got to think maybe a little home cooking here.
Well, the Falcons, I mean, yeah, the NFC South, I mean, essentially that's almost, one of the ones that have the most teams left, or is where everybody's going to end up going sometime soon. So, I mean, what better time to take them than now? But I mean, if you're going to go, if that's your team, I say yeah. But if you're going to go to NFC South, and that's where you're going to go, take the Bucks. But I mean, the Falcons are there.
This is ground and pound ownership. If you're a fan of one of these teams, and you see ownership. You see Under Oath as your owner, it's going to change. You're going to turn into a defensive team. You're going to grind it out. You're going to play tough, hard-nosed football, but you're going to keep the ball on the ground and control the clock. Look at his PFF notes. Fourth in interceptions, fifth in yards per carry. And you look at passing yards per attempt at 23rd. It's just not a pass-heavy offense. Is going to be a ground and pound, and they're going to force turnovers that way. Let's go and see where Under Oath decided to go to, and it's not his hometown team, believe it or not. He's going to be headed where we thought Lip might be headed. Former team, Pittsburgh Steelers. Terribly distracting. You got TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick, and the old man Big Ben still under center, 80 overall. Pittsburgh Steelers have a new owner, and that's Under Oath. Congratulations to him.
Wow, yeah, that is a surprise right there. I mean, Steelers aren't as bad as, they fell a bit on my radar. I mean, the offense is, it's older, and you got to work with that a little bit. But the defense, I mean, Cameron Hayward, TJ Watt, Micah Fitzpatrick, I mean, that defense, yeah, if you're a defensive guy and that's what you're going to turn into, yeah, go. I mean, you're solid, you're set. You have nothing more that you need to do except work on your offense. So, I mean, I guess that's a solid pick, and you round out the division with Spongy Brad and Captain. So, that's going to be interesting.
Absolutely, some competitive divisions on the horizon here. Peyton at 24, he's up. One of the friendlier guys in the league, much more beloved than his good buddy Cam. He's turned into a face-heel kind of move there. Peyton's the guy everybody loves. Cam's the guy everybody hates. But it's a love-hate kind of thing. And at 24, we got our man Cam on the clock here from Charleston, South Carolina as well. Minnesota Vikings was his Madden 21 team. Teams on the radar, Seattle Seahawks, they're still out there. Tennessee Titans, as well as the New York Giants, and the Titans are still out there as well. You think people are a little hesitant to go with Ryan Tannehill. Maybe that's it, sir. But 5th in fumbles, 6th in rushing yards, 31st in sacks per game, last in yards per play allowed. So this is a team that's going to slow the ball down on you, and they're going to try to grind the game out as well on the ground. This seems to be the MO. So where do you see them going? This seems like a perfect fit for Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans.
Well, I mean, it also seems pretty decent for Saquon Barkley, too, and then he ends up in the division with Cam. So I say he goes Giants. Titans would be pretty cool, but I still think he goes Giants.
You think he goes Giants to be in the same division with Cam? We're going to find out here in just a second. The pick is in. Serp Stradamus. Is
Yes.
he right? Well, we're going to find out here in just 1 second. Serp, absolutely correct. New York Giants are off the board. James Bradbury, Saquon Barkley. So he still gets the running attack. He also gets the next a superstar player with Kenny Galladay, 78 overall. This might actually be a better fit than I thought the Tennessee Titans, just because you get to be in a NFC East division. The talent level isn't going to be as high, and you still get the ground and pound with Saquon Barkley, even though you're going to have to watch your usage rate with him, with usage being a huge part of health in Madden 22. You're going to have a spell back there for him. Kenny Galladay, also injury-prone wide receiver, but there's a lot of talent, and this definitely fits Peyton's play style. Excuse me. What do you guys think about this New York Giants pick?
It's solid, yeah. That's Saquon Barkley right there. If you like to slow the game down a little bit, grind it out. I mean, you've got Saquon Barkley there. Galladay's pretty solid. I mean, if you're gonna, you got to get that first down. You could rely on either one of those. And then you got Bradbury on the defense. So defense is not bad at all. Offense needs a little bit of work and to put somebody, put a little bit more receiving threats out there on the field. But other than that, solid. And like you said, you're in the NFC East, which looks like that's pretty evened up over there too. So I mean, now you start filling out that's another division going.
Absolutely. We got 25% left in this draft. 8 more picks. Redemption's up at pick number 25, trying to stay alive here. He's trying to keep his hopes of being a part of this league still alive. Terrible pick. What is that, a 180p? Chino, California. They don't have cameras over there. Atlanta Falcons Madden 21 is who he created his style of play with, his culture with. And you got the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Rams, all 3 of those teams off the block now. So he was first in fumbles recovered, first in yards per carry allowed. I could see him going Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. Let's see where we got redemption going here at pick number 25.
You seem to be the only one worthy of a final test.
Man, that pick is already in.
You don't have much left.
We're going to go right to it. That pick is already in. And it's exactly who I thought it would be. You're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going 25. Steal of the draft. You get 3 points for that. 92 overall. Fire the cannons. Tom Brady, Levante David, Mike Evans. So much talent for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm excited to see what redemption can do on the field with this team. That is a steal there at number 25. You're talking bottom 25%, come away with the Super Bowl champion in the NFL. 92 overall Tampa Bay Bucks. Look for redemption to come out swinging. He's going to come out a little on fire.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, that is number one insane. I would have never guessed. If you would have guessed, if you would have said, hey, put $100 on it that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wouldn't be in the top 10, I would have bet against that. I mean, this is crazy that they fell this far, but yeah, solid pick, steal of the draft, absolutely.
And that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they're going to be off the board now finally, but at number 25, at what cost? You see 92 overall drop that low. Let's get right back into it. At 26, we got our man Miller. He's going to be on the clock. Let's see what he's got going. Shreveport, Louisiana, a friend of my main man, Captain Planet. Indianapolis Colts was Madden 21 teams on the radar. Chargers, Titans, and Texans. Well, I hate to break it to you, there's not a team of those available. First in rushing attempts. So this is a ground and pound. Well, the Titans are still available, excuse me. That's where I see them going. You got to go Titans, right?
Yeah, you got to go Titans, but I mean, I think the LA would be was a placeholder for NFC West. So I mean, I think that LA he would flip into a Seattle possibly. So I would say either Seattle or the Titans, maybe even Seattle more than that.
Yeah, you can look at these teams right here. You got LA not available, Titans available. None of these teams is where he's going. Another one. Maybe a little bit of a misdirection play here for our main man out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Miller, he's going to go against the grain a little bit. He's going to go with the Atlanta Falcons. Surprise, surprise, maybe trying to drive the ball down the field. I mean, you got some young players there. Calvin Ridley, Grady Jarrett, Deion Jones, 77 overall. Kyle Pitts as well, going to be the tight end for this team. Very exciting stuff here. Rise up as the home field advantage for the Atlanta Falcons. They're now off the board.
Yeah, I think a lot of people wanted to play with Kyle Pitts. I mean, Kyle Pitts is essentially a wide receiver 4.
Well, we'll just say this. The reason you go Atlanta is for Kyle Pitts, right? Because at 26, if a lot of people wanted to play with him, the 25 before, we would have thought they would have came off the board. There's a lot of teams that have come off the board with much less talent at that position, or at least a player that has that kind of hybrid ability. But, hey, I'm excited to see what he can do with Kyle Pitts and company here in Atlanta.
Yeah, Pitts and Ridley are going to be great in there. They still got Grady Jarrett on the other side of the ball and Deion Jones. So, I mean, they're pretty balanced. I mean, the defense is gonna need a lot of work, but that offense is already there. You just got to develop that and build a defense.
And we're updated on the list. 27, Kidtron's going to be up here. Drafty number 27 here for our Madden 22 team selection. If you want to join, hit command join in the chat. You can also put command rules or command AMG, give you some information about the league. Follow us on Twitter at All Madden Gaming, at Watch AMG TV. So we're up to number 27. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks left, including this one. So at 27, Kid Tron, you're in the building. Jackson, Tennessee. His team, Miami Dolphins. His team's on the radar. Titans, Packers, Texans. I mean, it couldn't have felt any better for Kid Tron. He's got to take the Titans here. He's first in pass play percent. He was the Miami Dolphins last season, 6th in interceptions thrown, 22nd in rushing yards, 6th in sacks allowed per dropback. I'd like to see him go ground and pound, go with his home team. He's from Tennessee. I'd love to see the Titans on the board.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee guy, Titans left on the board. You said it all. I mean, their offenses. I mean, Julio Jones. I mean, Derrick Henry. It just goes on. The offense will put points on the board almost itself, I think. And you don't really have much to do even throughout the whole entire cycle with that offense. So, and then the defense is solid to start out with. This is absolutely another steal, which I cannot believe fell down this far.
And it's the Titans. The pick is in.
You got to go there.
Yep. Derrick Henry, tighten up home field advantage. Julio Jones, Derrick Henry. A lot of people probably forgot Julio made the move over to Tennessee, or at least slept on it. So you got Ryan Tannehill, solid quarterback. He's going to last you this cycle, and there's a lot of, at least halfway through it. I mean, we're doing 7 to 9 seasons. He should give you 4 to 5, 3 to 5, and he's going to give you some top tier production there. But Derrick Henry is going to be your ground and pound. You're going to have to ride that horse all the way to the end. And I think this Tennessee Titans team, going home team, I like the pick there for Kid Tron. That's another horn for him. That's a steal of the draft.
Yeah, and that starts to round out the AFC South division with Bananas, Jordan, and Tron in there. So that's another one that seems to be pretty balanced, and it's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, 1,000%. You just jump on Derrick Henry and just let him run, and you're good to go.
At 28, Madden Dad's going to be on the clock right now. Let's take a look at his player card. A couple struggles for the Oakland Raiders. He's out of Nashua, New Hampshire. You look at Madden Dad, teams on the radar: Patriots, Bengals, Titans. Patriots still available. If that's your number one look, that's where you're looking to go. Look at all these last in sacks, last in points, last in interceptions, 16 in sacks allowed. So a lot of help. You're going to need a culture that is going to be, fundamentally sound. A team that's going to be all around just established in a way that they don't have too many holes. I think the Patriots is probably the way to go here at 28. You're going to have a defense that's going to be palpable, an offense that's going to be able to protect you, and then you got Mac Jones at the quarterback position.
Yeah, well, I mean, with only a few left, I mean, you got the Texans, the Seahawks, the Saints, and the Vikings is pretty much all that's left. So, well, and then the Pats. So, I mean, if I had to pick out of them, it would be a pretty easy pick to take the Patriots.
And that's the pick. The pick is in. New England Patriots, 83 overall. Hit the horn on that one. Home field advantage, our house. Stephon Gilmore, Devin McCourtry, and Dante Hightower. Some of the older spokesmen there for the Patriots, some of their best players. But Mac Jones at the quarterback position. You got hopes for him there. Serp, can he get it done?
Yeah, I think he can. I think with the right, you gotta develop him in a good way. But I think he absolutely can do it.
All right, let's continue to move along an hour and a half into the team selection show. Take a look at the updated list. Patriots off the board here, on the board, or if you will. DB Game Master Eric G and my man T Ports, 2 of the LMB at the bottom. It's a little disappointing, guys, but this is where we are right now. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. 29th selection here is going to be Dark Brawler, one of my favorites in the business. Same smile, same day. It looks like every day for him is a Monday. Oviedo, Florida. Madden 21 team, New York Giants. Teams on the radar: Chiefs, Ravens, Browns. I hate to break it to you there, DB. They're all gone. Tied for first in division titles with 4, third in run play percent, 7th in opponent touchdown interception ratio, 25th in passing touchdowns per attempt. You got to wonder where Brawler's going to go here. Not many teams left. Where do you say, Serp?
Out of the ones that were left, I mean, I don't think anybody wants Vikings. I would say maybe the Texans, the Saints. I guess there's only a couple left. Let's say the Saints.
You get a little bit of talent with the Saints. As he's on the clock right now, we're going to see where Dark Brawler decides to go. He looks like Manny from what's that TV show? Y'all are silly. What's going on, Porter? Appreciate you stopping by. You've probably been in here the whole time. Texan up, baby. Porter's waiting on them Texans at 32. Still waiting on Dark Brawler. He's making the most of it. He's really thinking about it.
Yeah,
We're going to show what's available. Here's the updated list right here. Pick is just about to come in, guys. And that's Dark Brawler's pick coming up here in just a second. And DB's pick is in. I hate to break it to you, Porter. I don't think so. I don't think you're going to get the team you want because the Houston Texans are already off the board. The Houston Texans going to Dark Brawler at number 29. The bullpen, Deshaun Watson, Laramie Tunsil, and Brandon Cooks. You got to hope Deshaun Watson lasts till next month because that's going to be the decision if that was a good pick there for Dark Brawler or not. But sitting there at number 29, he's going to be taking the Houston Texans off the board. Who's up next? Game Master at number 30.
Well, I mean, you got to give him some credit for having some solid cojones. You know what I'm saying? If he's going to take that one, not last, because that's definitely the worst team right now in the NFL or in the as far as franchises go. So, good for him if he wanted to be in that division. I mean, now he shores up the AFC South with Tron, Bananas, and Jordan. That's all done.
We still got Saints and Seahawks out there. Seahawks still a solid team. You're surprised they've dropped this low at 30. Game Master still on the clock. Let's go ahead and take a little look at Game Master, what he was able to do last season out of Savannah, Georgia. Friends with our man Under Oath, who's out of Atlanta, Georgia. Jacksonville Jaguars was the team last time. Texans, Falcons, Giants not on the board. First in yards per carry, first in run play percent. You got to think this is likely going to be a Seattle Seahawks or even a Saints team with Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he wanted to be in the division with with the Vikings. I don't know if he wanted to be in that division with the three that are already there. So, I mean, I don't know. I would if I put that by it, but yeah, the Saints. Any of those three, it's a toss up. So, I mean, Seahawks, Saints, or Vikings. Maybe Vikings.
Seahawks, Saints, or Vikings, and the Vikings division not looking too appealing for a lot of these guys rolling down the stretch. I like the Seahawks or the Saints there for Game Master. Let's see where he ends up rolling. If you had to choose right now, sir, where are you going with? Seahawks or Saints?
Probably the Saints in that division.
Well, Serp Stradamus on a 50-50, absolutely incorrect. He's going with the Seahawks, the 12s, Russell Wilson, Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams. This is a steal here at number 30. When you're at 30, you got to think you're getting one of the bottom-end teams. You're coming in there ready to compete day one here with the Seattle Seahawks. Shout out to Game Master. That is one of the steals of the draft.
Yeah, that's another good. I mean, there's a lot of them. So far, the draft has been just topsy-turvy that way to begin with. It's just a lot of these lower-end teams, but younger talent, we're going off first, and the solid, the 84s, 82s, 90 overalls are falling later. So it is definitely a steal, but at this point, not surprising.
All right, the two teams left, Saints and the Vikings. Porter, obviously at 32, is going to get left with whatever Eric G decides. Maybe they're in a medium room right now talking, but nonetheless, let's talk a little bit about Eric G, what he was able to accomplish. Oh my gosh, he's got a cowboy hat on from Staten Island, New York City. Well, New York. Madden 21 team, Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals on the radar. Dolphins, Texans. Well, his radar is completely shut off. You got the Saints or you got the Vikings. Fourth in passing yards. Tied for fourth in interceptions. 25th in rushing yards per attempt. Tied for 29th in sacks per opponent dropback. This is a guy who likes to sling the ball. I expect the Saints to continue to sling the ball. He's got to go New Orleans here.
Yeah, nobody wants them Vikings, and that's where Porter's going to end up. So we're going to say, yeah, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. You got Cameron Jordan on it. Yeah, Saints all the way.
And we're just waiting for the pick to come in right now. Eric G looking good. Of course, he put his girl in the picture. Had to make himself look a little bit better. Cowboy hats on. Looks like they're headed. She's headed to the beach, and he's headed to grab some more beer.
Yeah.
Eric G, pick is in, and we all predicted it. New Orleans Saints going to go off the board here. Shout out to my man Eric G. That's the New Orleans Saints from the Bayou. Who dat? 84 overall, Teron Armstead, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, and they are off or on the board now. The only team left is the Minnesota Vikings. That's going to be our man Ports. So we'll have that. We'll put his player card up in just a second. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of a look at Porter, what he was able to not do last season. He's from Boonesboro, Maryland. Don't know where that is. Never heard of her. Seattle Seahawks last season, 4th in fumbles recovered, tied for 5th in offensive plays per game, 29th in passing touchdowns per attempt, 31st in yards per carry. Hey, one thing you're going to get from Porter's offense is going to be a quick, high-pace play style. You're just not going to get much success. Defense, they're going to recover some fumbles, but offensively, they're going to struggle to actually put the ball into the end zone. Now, the Minnesota Vikings could slow them down just a little bit because the Minnesota Vikings, you got to remember, this is a talented team. They're just in a division that many people didn't want to be in there with. It was maybe an avoidable division here. As they're 78 overall, and the home field advantage, Skull, Dalvin Cook, Michael Pierce, Eric Kendricks. They're going to go 32nd overall, the Minnesota Vikings. To our man Porter for an updated list. Here we go. This is the final, most updated team selection list here for Madden 22, and this is what we're going to end you with, guys. Any shockers, any surprises? Serp, you looking at that board? Anything?
Yeah, a lot of these surprised me. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, October going to the Broncos, did not know. I mean, a lot of these surprised me, and it was because, again, so many of the better teams on paper anyway it went so far towards the end. So I was surprised by a lot of these. Especially once you would see a card, you'd see the 3 teams on it, and so many went not with anything on that card out of those 3 teams. So it was just it was fun. It was surprising.
Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Appreciate everybody checking us out. That's going to do it for the team selection show. And we'll see you next time. And there'll be some AMG Live. We'll have some new content, some new overlays, some new features, some lower thirds, some touchdown animations. We're going to be doing it big here in Madden 22 like we always do. And we're going to bring it back to the top here. All Madden Gaming. Follow us on Twitter at All Madden Gaming, at Watch AMG TV. Also, don't forget to get your team Twitters up, rocking, and rolling. October, I have some news for you on that. And there's the final list of the showdown. We'll probably have some blogs coming up breaking down the divisions and what's the most exciting divisions you look forward to watching here in Madden 22. We'll have all those answers and more. Appreciate everybody checking us out. And for myself and Serp, and don't forget Jamie and Reezy behind the scenes. Jamie did phenomenal with the graphics. Reezy kept the information flowing, kept the picks going. Shout out to those 2 guys. And don't forget Lip, commissioner behind the scenes, helped put all this stuff together. And big MVP of the night, though, goes to Jamie because he pretty much took over the show and did all the graphics. So give him a big shout out in the chat. For myself and Serp, guys, I'm out. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Megaran, I've been making beats.
Wait, for real?
Here, let me play you one. This is one of my favorites.
Cool. Let it run.
Maybe we can put on the record. That's cool, right? Books are tight. Books are tight. I read a lot. Books are tight. That's tight, right? Books are tight. I read a lot. Yo, I'm MC Lars and I read lots of books.
Wait.
I rap about them too when I lead rapper Shook. I read a Poe poem and I did a Poe thing. And then I also did some ska music where I had the guys sing from the Aqua Bass. Now what you think of that? Now typically about video games, Mega Ran raps, but now we rap about books. Yeah, because reading is forgotten in this culture of screens.
Wait.
And humanities
Lars,
aren't valued
please,
in the schools.
stop.
In the schools.
Stop! So let's send that to the maybe pile. Wait, don't we have a ska track on here?
Hundreds in my pockets, think I'm balling out. See me in the streets, they be calling out. I picked you up when you was down and out. We run the game, we running routes.
It's an all-out blitz, better handle your biz. When you're deep in the struggle, learn what family is. Had to hustle to live, this ain't no fantasy here. By the way I persevere, I'm the man of the year. Everybody eating, we motivated by hunger. Grind every season from winter, spring, or summer. It don't matter your condition or economic position. Long as you on your mission and manifest all your visions. I seen it before it happened, it's the law of attraction. You not working with us, you really just a distraction. Forever focused, we make it happen, no hocus pocus. It wasn't magic how we fix it, used to be the brokest days of topsy-turvy. We hurry like Steph Curry. Ball out to my times out in my body getting buried. I ain't worried about nothing. Pockets full of hundreds. Keep it 1,000. Forever running routes. And
I'm balling out. See me in the streets, they be calling out. I picked you up when you was down and out. We run the game, we running routes. Hundreds in my pocket, I'm balling out. See me in the streets, they be calling out. I picked you up when you was down and out. We run the game, we running routes.
it's an all-out blitz. Better handle your business. I'm like Randall when he's scrambling. Roll dice when I'm gambling. You better get it moving. Don't act like a mannequin. Never see me panicking. Gifted as young Anakin. Trying to use the force of this Porsche when I'm traveling. Whips that burn out. Just look at the turnout. You never understood what I